Good afternoon. My name is Hamida Labi. I'm Senior Policy NAACP Legal Defense and Educational Fund from right here in Fulton County, Southside College Park, and cast my very first ballot right here in this county. Since its founding in 1940, the Legal Defense Fund has been a pioneer in the struggle to secure and protect the voting rights of Black Americans. During the 2020 election, in the midst of a global pandemic, more than 5 million Georgians voted, and Black voters in particular showed up at the ballot box in historical numbers. Unfortunately, since then, certain Georgia state legislators and state election board members have made it their mission to stop us from exercising our right to vote by advancing suppressive laws and policies that disproportionately impact Black voters and other voters of color. Laws such as those adopting additional restrictions to absentee voting and the use of drop boxes, while, as we heard earlier today, making it much easier for individuals or groups to challenge someone's voter eligibility without cause. The state election board has abused its power by passing arbitrary, vague policies to thwart the democratic process and risk providing cover for election officials to unnecessarily delay or disrupt the election certification process. Georgia law is clear that election certification is a ministerial process, and election officials do not have discretion to decide whether or not to certify. The state's Election Integrity Act requires counties to certify election results by November 12, 2024. The state election board's new rules contravene these clear mandates. And the new hand count rule, as we have heard much about today as well, creates an unnecessary pre-certification barrier. It is very likely that these new rules could disproportionately impact counties with large Black populations. For instance, Fulton County is repeatedly targeted in accusations of voting irregularities. The Legal Defense Fund stands with local voting rights advocates, those who were here today and those that couldn't be. Here as we stand inside of our state's own symbol of democracy, the Gold Dome. We're here to reinforce our call for the state election board to rescind all illegally adopted rule changes that erect barriers to the ballot box. We oppose these conspiracy theory-fueled concerted efforts to dismantle our state's nonpartisan election infrastructure and the intentional effort to diminish Black political power. LDF also will continue to fight back against these baseless voter challenges inside and outside of the courts. We have sent letters of guidance to local counties, providing them with guidance on how to kind of assess these challenges. And we continue to intervene in cases that seek to prevent voters from being, we are seeking to prevent voters from being illegally removed from the voter rolls. Prior to the passage of the Voting Rights Act in 1965, amidst a myriad of Jim Crow era laws like poll taxes and literacy tests, Black communities in Georgia were largely prohibited from exercising the franchise. Even after the Voting Rights Act's passage, Black voters have been required to navigate modern suppressive measures such as long lines, polling location changes at the last minute, and voter intimidation. So to close, LDF will continue to work to ensure that all voters, especially Black voters and other voters of color, have full, meaningful, and non-burdensome access to the one fundamental right that is preservative of all other rights, and that is the right of citizens to access the ballot box and elect candidates of their choice. We welcome the opportunity to work with the members of this body to pass proactive state policies that will embrace a truly inclusive, multiracial democracy. Thank you so much for your time today, and we look forward to continue to working with you all to defeat these harmful measures.